nightmare.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Subculture, the podcast dedicated to strange and extreme cinema. My name's Gary.
And I'm Simon. Gary, is that different?
As
What are you changing it for?
well, I dropped the obscure.
Aye, I ken what you dropped. I ken what you usually say. I was just wondering why you've changed it. I feel like just because we've got into the double digits proper now that
just
we've matured.
Can't say it more
as a
than 10
podcast.
times now.
Yeah, okay. It's in case I decide to do the intro and it's easy for me to remember.
That's it, yeah.
Okay. What is it you say now then?
Podcast dedicated to strange and extreme cinema.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Subculture, the podcast dedicated to
strange
and
extreme
cinema. I could say that, Gary. That's fine. That'll do. Sorry if we've upset anyone with that change, in case you think this is the right podcast you're listening to.
Mm-hmm.
Good. Okay. So, here we are.
Episode 11.
And we're looking at...
Lucio Fulci's House by the Cemetery.
From which year?
From 1981.
1991?
No. 81.
81?
Aye.
Got that.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, same year as he made The Beyond.
Yeah, like I noticed that I was watching on the Blu-ray. There's an interview with Christina McCall, or Catherine McCall. She's credited in this.
Or Catriona, sometimes gets called.
But she was saying it was like 6 months after.
Right.
The Beyond, they started shooting this or something like that. Aye, it's
Prolific stuff there.
definitely. What I do is do your thing, Gary.
A plot.
That's the one.
Plot synopsis. So, a family move from New York to Boston. Move into a new house. The father, what's his name? Norman Boyle. The reason for the move was he's doing some research.
That's right. Is it a colleague or a colleague will say has committed suicide?
Yeah, he's following up on the research. She's surrounding the sort of mystery of Dr. Freudstein.
Sure. The Freudstein house.
Yeah, it's his house.
Or is it Oak Mansion?
Well,
I mean, you know what I mean? That good guy in the estate agents, he's not happy, ain't he?
And, well, a strange series of murders starts to happen.
Right.
And
Does it just start to happen, or has it already been happening before they get there?
maybe, yeah.
That's what it looks like at the beginning of the film, doesn't it?
It does.
That's it.
So, start to try to wonder, who's doing this?
It's true.
Dr. Freudstein's meant to be dead.
That is true. Dr. Freudstein is meant to be dead.
What is he?
I don't think so. You tell me. Well, he's not the best of condition, is he? He's not the best in it.
Yes,
He's probably seen better days.
Yes.
Having a mouth and that. He used to have two horns.
He needs some fresh air, doesn't he? Getting this in a bit.
Looks as if he's been sucking in lemons. See one of them? Aye. So that's kind of it. I guess that's the kind of plot. You kind of missed out the kind of... Yeah, that's plenty. The fact that, like, Bob, the child, is kind of warned off by, is it May?
May, aye, yeah.
The other child who seems to be in the photograph. Yeah. It's a bit weird. That's the little girl at the Beyond, eh?
Is it?
I'm pretty sure that when I saw her, I wrote that down. I might be totally wrong, but it looked like a little redhead that got her head blown off in the Beyond.
So this was the first time you'd seen it?
Yeah, definitely. Right? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Any kind of initial overview thoughts?
It definitely felt more like a kind of conventional, like horror. Well, conventional, looking at something like your Amityville horror type thing. You know what I mean? Right. That kind of genre of film. Even like by the end of it, I was, especially the way Dr. Freudstein looked, there was elements of like Hellraiser for me coming up, like that, like the kind of the house they kind of move into, and like a lot of weird stuff happens, but kind of in the periphery to them, you know what I mean? And like, there's not much direct contact till the very end, which is much like the original Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Can't remember what year Hellraiser came out in. So I think Hellraiser was 1987. I think the novel that it was based on, The Hellbound Heart, was 86.
All right.
So this could have been kind of inspired.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there could be some influence there on Clive Barker from this film. Because it definitely, like, even just the kind of like the basement thing, and obviously there's the Evil Dead connotations as well. I think it was before this, so Evil Dead was in the 70s. And the kind of like the tomb in the living room, you know, the cracks and the stone and things like that, them coming through that definitely evokes the kind of Hellraiser look, especially with the first one anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think I enjoyed this as much as I did The Beyond.
Okay.
There was certainly more kind of outrageous elements in The Beyond. You know what I mean? This had only had a few, like the kind of the bat attack and things like that. And I mean, the murders were still pretty good. Although I think the best one was probably Anna getting her head cut off. That was pretty cool.
Right, aye.
So you'd seen this before?
I have, yes.
When did you first come across it? Was it just as an actual extension of the City of the Living Dead and The Beyond?
No, this was the first one Fulci film I'd seen.
Right.
I had quite heard of the whole giallo thing and sort of Italian horror films, and I just saw that was on like Horror Channel or something, and I taped it one night.
Sure.
I didn't quite like it the first time because I didn't quite understand what I was going in for.
Sure.
I was expecting some kind
Was
of
this
classic
your first
horror.
Fulci?
That was, yeah.
Yeah, right.
But seeing more of the style, I like them more now, definitely. But I think this is a good example of Fulci's strengths and weaknesses again.
Sure.
I love his visual compositions and he's got a great visual style, I think. But again, let down by plots and bad like characterization.
Yeah. I mean, he does have some good like interesting ideas, not necessarily plot wise, but like, I mean, some of the bit where like Bob's in the car in the beginning and like May's outside, like way miles away, and they're just talking to each other. It's quite like interesting because at first you're like, oh, go away, man. What's going on? But then like 2 seconds into that conversation, you're just listening to the conversation.
Yeah.
You're just because Bob's voice is pretty funny, but you know, you're just listening to that exchange, and there's a great line that she delivers. Let me see. Like he says, like, first of all, like she goes Bob, and then she goes, my name's May, and he goes, my name's Bob. I love that. And then he goes, my daddy's here to do some research, and she's like talking away with him nice and nicely. She's like, I know. However, I told you very clearly not to come. She just totally changes. It even sounds like a different like actress that's dubbing her over. You know what I mean? It's like, I know. However, I told you. But you know, that even just stuff like that. Like, it's all extensions from like, and even like the big close-ups in the eyes and stuff like that. They had throughout the other two. I mean, it's all. I haven't seen Zombie Flesh Eaters since the first time. I've only seen it once, and it was before I've seen any of the rest of Fulci stuff. So I'm hoping I'm going to have like a kind of, and I enjoyed it enough, but like, I don't know if I got all of it. Okay, you know, like I would maybe now having seen you know these 3 films. But sorry, on you go. Yeah,
it's interesting because watching it the commentary, it's in some way it's better with the sound off in a way, because like. You wouldn't, apart from maybe like the gore scenes and stuff, you wouldn't know you're watching an exploitation film. Just watching it, the images, because it's the dialogue that kind of tells you you're watching exploitation. It's like that kind of brings it down to that sort of B-movie style. But I think one of the problems with the film is Fulci's going for a more tense, suspenseful type narrative, and he's not quite got that grasp, the handle on the plotting to kind of keep that going, to kind of make it what he's trying to do.
I get what you're saying. There's a lot of stuff that happens like that isn't kind of either paid off or kind of you just don't know why. You don't know how that's meant to be. It builds some suspense, but because there's no payoff or no continuation of it. Yeah. I'm thinking of example the bit where Norman hears Anne like breaking into the cellar, like breaking the stuff off the cellar, and he comes in and like he confronts her, and then like, there's the big close-ups in the eyes, and then he just walks away, right, and then we've got a bit later on where Lucy, like Christine McCall, has a similar kind of confrontation, not confrontation, like she's just having a conversation with her, and there's these big close-ups in the eyes, and then and that's it. It's over with, and you just don't know. And it feels like it's leading somewhere, but as we are to discover, it really isn't leading anywhere. Apparently, don't know. Is that the way people talk to each other in Italy?
When she's trying to break into the cellar, break the panels off, he's just like, Anne, make a noise. He's not bothered. He's not saying, what are you doing getting into that cellar this time of night?
I know. But even Dane's still here. You know what I mean? You're a babysitter, away home. Bob's up there kicking. You heard that wee cunt voice? Think I'm wanting him up? Mommy!
Will we get the voice out of the way?
Oh, right, okay, get the voice out of the way. I mean, the introduction in the Blu-ray literally is that actor. What's his name? Giovanni Frizzi. Plays Bob, and he literally comes on and says, basically, I hope you enjoy the film. Sorry, that wasn't my voice. That's literally what he says. As his introduction.
So it was dubbed by another actor, like an adult doing a kid's voice.
I remember seeing the trailer for this and thinking it really stood out. But again, as the film goes on, there's a few lines that really do you're like, oh, that kind of grates against your ears. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not right, but for the most part, it works okay within the context of the film. It's not that jarring. I didn't find watching the film. Like, there's only a few key points where it really was like funny. You know what I mean? But
it's quite bizarre. It makes the character look kind of like freakish man-child or something.
I mean, again, in the trailer, like, it must have been one of those lines. I think it's when he's screaming when he's in the basement and he's trying to get out. And it was one of those, and it's like, you're like, what is this little child? Right. So when I went into this film, I was waiting in his first line because I was going to be like, I'm going to be freaked out here.
Right.
Because I see what he's going to go, hello, mommy. Something like that. But it wasn't, and I was actually probably overcompensating in my head so that when it actually came, I was all right. You know what I mean? It was bearable. But yeah, you can totally see what he's doing. He's trying to do with the kind of suspense building up. And I mean, like, there's scenes, as I say, that you do think something's building. And I mean, the whole fact that Anne maybe being this mannequin kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, we see May in front of the shop, and there's some really nice cinematography there, like on her face, like when she's like kind of crying, when the head of the mannequin comes off, and there's like blood and guts inside and stuff like that. And you're like, oh, what's happening here? What's going on? You know? And, well, I don't think there's much of a payoff to that.
Right. Yeah, the Anne character, he hints that she is one of the sort of ghosts.
Hints? I mean...
Well, yeah. It's like, he cuts back to the mannequin, doesn't he?
That's the girl from Tenebrae, isn't it? And she's in Inferno as well.
Yeah.
Anya Pierroni.
Right. I mean, she turns up and she's like, Mrs. Gittleson sent me.
Right.
And you're thinking,
no, she didn't. No. There's no way she sent you. Get me her on the phone. Get Mrs. Gittleson on the phone. Also, we want to move, you know. But then later on, she's like, maybe, like, we see Mrs. Gittleson talking and she's like, something, or maybe Anne's there or something.
Yeah,
you know
she knows who Anne is.
So she knows who Anne is. And then you think maybe Mrs. Giddleson's in it. But no, she's not either.
Aye. So it's completely ambiguous because the other thing I thought, she's like sort of Freudstein's helper.
Aye.
Like cleaning up after him.
Well, yeah, I mean, and the big thing that I was seeing the parallels with, they're talking about Dr. Peterson, the guy, the colleague guy that hung himself, who apparently, I think did he kill his wife or something? Or he had an affair. He was having an affair, I think that's what came across to me, with someone, and I think something either killed his mistress or he killed his wife, something, and then he killed himself.
Right.
Or they killed them. Some folk died, Gary, before this point, and then he killed himself.
Peterson killed his wife and then killed himself.
Right. So we never meet the mistress. So instantly, when Anna came in, and when they have the big kind of scene when she's trying to break into the cellar, and there's another scene where they all kind of look at each other, like Lucy's in the middle and Norman's in the right and Anne is in the left, and I'm thinking this is like maybe a repeat of what happened before. This is maybe him going to get together with Anne, and that's the whole thing, you know what I mean? It was like, maybe like a, much like in the Amityville Horror, it's like a kind of repeat of the kind of events,
right?
But that wasn't going on either, Gary.
Well,
you know what I mean? I don't think it was. I mean, I don't know. That was what was kind of coming across to me as if that was going to kind of happen. Because Anne was through the big seductive looks of kind of What, Norman? I'm only opening the cellar.
Or maybe it was something we just didn't see.
Oh, look, you've got your baffies on.
Did you...
Is that wee moon face bastard away asleep yet? Oh, and bye. You know, and away he goes.
Did you listen to the commentary?
No, I didn't get to listen to the commentary, sorry.
Because you know the scene...
which ones are two?
Aye, I only listened to the Callum Waddle, Katrina McCall one.
Right.
It's quite good.
Quite good?
Aye.
Big Cam in top form?
Oh, aye.
Good.
There's a scene... Anne's cleaning the blood in the morning. Blood
Yeah,
on the floor, and then Lucy walks in, just up. Alright, how you doing?
What you doing? And she goes, I'm making coffee.
Aye. But no mention of the blood on the floor.
That's right.
Callum Waddle was bringing that up, saying that he thought it was very strange how she wouldn't mention the blood.
Aye.
But he put forward the idea that Lucy knows or suspects Nafia, and Anne believes that the blood's there because Lucy has put blood on the floor for her to clean up because she doesn't like her. So that's why it's not mentioned. It's an elaborate theory.
Yeah, I mean, okay. See, I was thinking more like kind of... It's hinted at the beginning that Lucy's tablets that she's taking, or she's going to be taking, cause hallucinations.
Yeah. Aye.
So, she's kind of... Before she's on them, she's like mega freaked out in the house. Mm-hmm. Right? She gets totally freaked out when she finds that tomb.
Yeah.
I take that's Dr. Freudstein's tomb. Meant to be.
Aye.
Because it doesn't say Dr. Freudstein on it. It says his name. Like, I don't know what it says, but anyway. It says like Bobby Freudstein. No Bobby, because that's the Wayne's name.
Alright.
It's like Sammy. Sammy Freudstein. Aye, that's what it is. Dr. Sammy Freudstein. I'm in the basement. So she gets mega freaked out then, and then like her hubby's like, oh, I'm not on this. I go out the door in 5 minutes, come back, and you're going mental on the flare. Just because you find a stain in the ground. So he pumps her through the tablets, the purple tablets. She mentions that they meant to cause hallucinations. Mm-hmm. It's either she's no seeing the blood because she's hallucinating, because she seems to be on cloud fucking cuckoo land after that. She's like, la la la. You know, not quite that, but you know what I mean? It goes from like, oh my god, this house is trying to kill me, to... You know, I don't care. I'm just going to wander into this basement willy-nilly. So she's either not seeing it because of the hallucinations, or she thinks it's a hallucination and she's just ignoring it. You know,
could be.
Or I guess it could just be the kind of almost like the Shining type thing, of like it's there sometimes. You know what I mean? But it's weird because like we've got two kind of elements at play here, and I'm probably stepping over loads of your points here, Gary, as I always do, because I just go as it comes to my head. But we've got very much a kind of supernatural element of the kind of ghost type being implied.
Okay.
Yeah. Like contrasted with a very kind of real, like scientific almost, like pseudo or sci-fi kind of thing of this guy, this Dr. Freudstein, like using people's body parts to keep himself alive. You know what I mean? So like it's weird, like, when you look back on the film, there's actually not that much actual like kind of ghost stuff in it. You know what I mean? There is with like May and stuff like that, but that could be explained. You could kind of explain that because they could just be descendants. No?
Explain it. How do you mean?
Well, if May is a Freudstein apparently, yeah.
Right.
We find out then, and her mum kinda is meant to be that Mary Freudstein, who is Dr. Freudstein's wife.
Right.
But you know that could be like a mental descendant who thinks she's that woman. But
you're saying they're ghosts though?
No,
they're not. They actually exist.
They could be.
Right. Okay.
There's a chance. Right. There's an element. There are things there that are telling you no, but I'm just saying that could be the way it is.
Okay.
And therefore, like Dr. Freudstein's, like, and that's real. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So if you take that as them not being ghosts, there's really not much supernatural stuff in it. I mean, you could have a rope tied to the basement door, putting it shut and that. I'm going too far. It's fine. No, but you know what I mean? it's kind of weird how that's kind of mashed up with the real presence of Dr. Freud staying in the basement.
Right, yeah.
I guess it goes back to it's kind of the same as the other two films, though, isn't it? Because you get the kind of physical manifestations of these zombies, like dead people who are actually there, but I get you. But the way it implied was that he was actually not like a soulless ghoul. He was actually a mental genius. Mental as in crazy genius who managed to keep himself alive.
The monster's quite interesting. Quite like the monster, but
the look of it's really good.
Yeah.
Like,
I wish it was used more.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's kind of like in Hellraiser, like when Pinhead. It's like you watch the sequels to that film. As I did, I think I saw the third one first, which is not particularly good. But you go back and watch the first one, you're like, "Where's?" This? And I mean, it's good.
Right.
It was good building up, to the comes, and when he comes, it's like holy shit. But I think they could have used him better.
I would like to see more like explanation as to how he got it like that. It's just kind of thrown away at the end. They say at one point he did some illegal experiments.
And then he comes in and says he used folks' cells to keep them alive.
Yeah. So in some ways he's a killer, sort of animalistic. He has to kill to stay alive. So you brought up The Shining.
I did.
Just we mentioned The Shining in the Beyond episode as well.
Sure.
And
because there was a hotel in that film.
It was.
Which the house and the hotel and the house in this interior and exterior kind of reminiscent of each other. I thought, like, not comparing them side by side, but especially the way he shoots them as well.
Right.
I thought that some of the elements inside and looked kind of similar. Anyway,
okay.
Not to disturb you, Gary. Go ahead.
So, I feel this film was a large debt to The Shining.
What year was The Shining out, Gary?
1980.
Right.
Because you've got here's the things I wrote down.
Go for it.
Similarities.
Go for it.
The telepathic kids, or some kind of grander omniscience.
Right. I should probably mention I've never seen The Shining.
What?
I've never seen The Shining.
Oof.
I've got it in like HD DVD, but like I've been kind of one of the ones I've been kind of waiting to replace with Blu-ray.
Oh, right.
I haven't got there yet, so I haven't watched
Have you got an HD DVD player?
Aye. But me 24 frames. So I'm kind of.
Right. I would say just watch that, mate. I'll get that watched right away.
I'd do that fucking watch. Right. So you're not going to spoil anything here, potentially. I kind of know I know exactly. I know how it ends and stuff like that. It's kind of been spoiled for me. How can you spoil a 30-year-old film? You know what I mean? Spoilers.
Aye. So you get the telepathic kids.
Wait a minute. There's telepathic Waynes in The Shining?
Aye.
Oh.
Aye. Get a haunted house. Or a house of weird shit,
No hotel in The Shining?
Aye.
Right, okay. I'm just making sure.
It's been more general,
Right, got it.
You've got a photo with something weird going on, like a ghost in it or something.
See, I didn't ken that for The Shining, you just wasted it.
You've got a scene with an axe chopping down a door.
Aye, I ken that scene, Gary.
And you've got the whole sort of time loop structure. Is this like, you mentioned it?
Yeah.
Amityville Horror, I'm not saying that, but because of the whole thing with...
You've never seen Amityville Horror?
No.
That's not as big a shock.
Right.
To me, it's me not seeing The Shining to you, but that's alright. It's not a great film, but it's an interesting enough story.
Yeah, Norman Boyle. People think, has he been there before?
That's a thing that's totally never explained.
Aye.
I just remembered that when you said that there.
Yeah.
That was a big thing. I was thinking, here, something's coming and going to tell us. Is that implying then that, like, he maybe... Again, like the Amityville Horror, that the implication is that George, can't remember his name, the main character, that it was based on a true story apparently, but they've since been more or less proven that it was a sham. But this guy is supposedly in the film meant to be very reminiscent of this guy who lived in the house so many years before, who killed all his family.
Right.
Like he starts looking more and more like him. Just grows a beard and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So is that kind of implying that Norman maybe looks a bit like Freudstein did?
Could
you know
be.
what I mean? Like when because if that's Freudstein's daughter, supposedly, if we're going to go with the ghost thing, you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I'm kind of reaching. I know because it's not really strictly what they're saying, because they're saying they've met him before.
Yeah, because I think they would probably know. Like the estate agent would probably know who Freudstein was.
Aye, sure.
Maybe.
Well, I don't know if he'd know his face, maybe, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Aye, because a number of scenes where he gets really nervous about people asking him questions. There's a scene where they turn up at the house.
And why does he have that picture of the house?
Good question.
I can, Gary, that's why I asked. Is there anything mentioned in the commentary about that like kind of plot? Not hole, but well, it is a hole. It's a gaping hole. It's a big fucking chasm.
Think they may bring it up, but I think it's just there's not really an explanation for it. It's one thread you could follow if you will. Sorry,
as you're saying about when you get to the house.
Aye.
And he gets really nervous and kind of
like... because Katrina McCall's character says, "Isn't that the picture you have?" He says, "No, they all look the same about here."
Another house is like here.
Aye. The estate agent recognises them.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, can I just pause you there? That estate agent, how rude is she? She's talking to that other wee guy. He's like, "Get the keys." He's on the phone. He ain't going back to the phone call and he's saying, "Sorry about that." She's fucking poor, that Ian. So she is. Sorry, back to you.
Aye, and he gets sucked into Peterson's line of inquiry as well, which is weird because Peterson is doing some historical research, but he gets sidelined, looked into the Freudian thing.
We'd never find out what Peterson's original research was supposed to be,
No.
Right.
And then, but Boyle goes to Boston to continue Peterson's research since he committed suicide.
Yes.
But then he does the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
He starts getting intrigued by the Freudian.
I mean, it does imply that Norman was doing the same research all the time, if you know what I mean, when he's in New York. But we never hear, as I say, what it is. Like, it seems very strange because he seems kind of like the wee guy in the library. What is it, Precious Daniel or something?
Is it right?
They call him, he refers to him as that. Precious Daniel something. Anyway, and he's like, "Oh, I've got these like marriage certificates, death certificates, blah blah blah." And he's like, "What was he looking at him for?" So obviously that has nothing to do with what their research was on at all. So it does seem weird, but I don't know. That was something I was expecting to be kind of resolved.
Yeah.
As why they've seen him before. I mean, as you say, there's the fact that he's got the photo. He kind of recognises it. He kind of tries to worm out why the house, the librarian owner, or, the main guy there, he knows him.
Like
he says, you were here last year.
Right.
What was it he wanted to speak to you about when you came last year? With your daughter. I mean, was he planning to do like a sequel or something? You know what I mean? It feels very much like what you do nowadays with film, you know.
But that could also play into the whole affair thing. Maybe he was having an affair with Anne.
Oh, so you think that actually happened?
Could be. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
I guess that kind of that would explain some of a weirdness, and the fact that when Lucy says to Norman about it, he's like, he just ignores it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that could explain a lot. See, now if that was something that came out, that would be quite clever because you do totally suspect Anne for the whole thing. Until she gets killed.
Yeah. At that point, it's pretty obvious that she's no anything to do with Freudian.
Yeah. Really?
So that maybe gives some credence to Waddell's idea about the blood. Because if she was a totally benign character, she would say, "I found some blood on the floor." That's weird, isn't it?
I guess so.
Well, one interpretation of the film I came across is that it's all in Bob's mind, or it's all the fantasy of the children.
I mean, there's a quote at the end.
Aye.
That I was like, I knew about the quote, like, because obviously we'd spoke about the stuff in the Beyond and things, and even City Living Dead. But I thought there was going to be more in the film to do with the children being the kind of. I guess they're kind of they're not the cause of it, but there's definitely they know what's going on. But it didn't come across.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think of the end?
The end was, I didn't mind the end. I mean, it was no more kind of ambiguous than like the Beyond, or like, you know what I mean. Or, well, maybe Beyond was a better ending, but like City Living Dead was like a very kind of like,
that's true.
You know,
I didn't like the end. It reminded me of the Bay of Blood ending a wee bit.
Oh no, it didn't remind me of that. Right. Oh no, it didn't remind me of that at all. No, it didn't bother me so much.
It was a bit like a kind of shift in tone, and then it kind of undercut the logic of the rest of the film. in a way, a wee bit.
No,
it definitely was bad as Bay of Blood.
yeah. Aye, okay, as long as we can agree on that, then I'll take your point. Yeah, no, definitely. I see what you're saying. But I guess I was going in expecting a kind of weird ending.
Right. Okay.
Just because of the last two, so I wasn't that kind of taken aback.
Aye, because the ending plays into that, and then the quote at the end as well. Emphasises the fact that it's their point of view or whatever. But I didn't care for that quote.
No, I didn't mind the quote, but if it had been attached to a film that actually I felt it was apt to, you know what I mean?
I mean,
like something like A Bay of Blood you could almost put that quote at the end.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Almost, but
the quote in itself is pretty banal. It's like, yeah, and it didn't really relate to the film, except viewing the film from that point of view. I guess I was kind of looking up where it came from. It's from a novel by Henry James called The Turn of the Screw.
Right.
And it seems to be, it sounds similar to the story of this. So I don't know if Fulci's used that as an influence. Right. So it's a ghost type story. It's another way to look at the film. It's kind of, Fulci's not quite clear what the film is meant to be. So many people have brought up the fact that the monster Freudstein is maybe a combination of Freud and Frankenstein.
Okay, yeah. I mean, definitely. The actual monster takes, or like the guy obviously takes a look and a kind of like the genesis of it from Frankenstein.
Aye, but I think supposedly the name it was somebody Fulci knew had that name. According to his daughter, I think said that Freud wasn't really an influence. But I was trying to look into it. Is there any kind of Freudian things in it? And the only thing I came up with was like most of the kills in this film are stabbings.
Sure.
I mean, it seems pointless to say this, but because I don't think that was the intention. But you could say he's trying to do something about sort of sexual repression, like people getting stabbed as a metaphor for the
you could say
sexual act. Because in the Beyond, a lot of the killings is people getting their eyes gouged.
Sure.
He doesn't go with that anymore.
No.
In this film, although he does have these eyes close-ups.
Yeah, definitely.
And there's the scene where Boyle kills Freudstein.
He didn't kill him.
I don't know.
No, like, he just, he poke on the side.
Oh,
and
right. No, die.
Freudstein rips his throat out.
Oh, so he does, yeah.
I'm like,
it's weird.
The guy just sits down. Like, he's attacking him. He grabs the axe off him. He's going at him with the axe and he just takes it off him. He's like, put that fucking down. So then he sits down in his chair, like, oh, there's my earmuff as well.
I love that scene, that shot, by the way.
What's Sean?
The shot of Freudstein sitting down,
yeah,
his arm chopped off.
Yeah, that's like, it's really creepy as well. But what follows just like, is like, he goes up to him and pokes him and the side and there's maggots and that come out.
Yeah.
And some like Branston pickle and some cheese, I think.
Because, I mean, Boyle stabs him and then he's like, not sure what he's done. He's looked at the knife.
He's like, did he even draw a pickle on his
sort
shirt? Did he even draw a pickle on his jumper? Yeah, I've poked it. Because that's not cool, you know what I mean? I don't mean stabbing the guy, but that's his piece.
It could be Boyle's sort of fear of sex.
What, his fear of sex, but he's having an affair with Anne?
Well, is he? Maybe he's not.
You just tell me.
Maybe he's just having trouble with his marriage.
He's ding dong.
Yeah, maybe.
I see what you're saying, because there's a bit earlier on where Lucy says to him something about having a real bed to sleep in, and then he strokes her face really well and goes,
yeah, that's
okay,
creepy.
Okay, and you're like,
it's weird.
Bob's right there.
There is some tension. They seem like she's not quite.
Yeah, he's like,
she wasn't wanting to
like,
go to Boston.
Take these pills.
She says, we'll just go back to New York.
Anyway, after Freudstein sits down, he goes to poke him. Yeah. And he stabs him. And then he's like, oh shit, what's this? What's this in my hand? And he stops. And Freudstein's like, oh, here.
Right.
That's my daughter Pickle. And he just grabs his throat and rips it right off, which the effects in that were pretty cool. But you're thinking, why did you wait for so long? I thought that was us finished. Literally, I was sitting watching it going, oh, that's fine, he'll take him.
Although he is a slow mover.
Who, Norman? Oh,
it takes him ages to go up the stairs.
It's true. That's true. And then, you know what I mean? So, like, he had plenty of time to kill him, but he didn't. You said he killed him, but he didn't.
Right.
That's all I was saying, Gary.
Don't think there's any real weight to that idea.
Sure.
But I'll just throw that out there.
Okay. That shot you're talking about when Freudian sits down.
Aye.
The clobber he's wearing, the clothes he's wearing, it looks like a neo-Nazi kind of like, you know, it looks like very like almost military, like kind of.
His face could be a gas mask.
Yeah, that really does look quite creepy and quite cool. It looks almost like a painting, something that somebody would paint. Gary.
Indeed.
Someone would paint.
Highlights Fulci's penchant for a bleakness.
Yeah, definitely. It's a nice shot. As I say, it does make you wish you'd used them a bit more. Like actually so you'd saw them more. Because like the bit where even you see the eyes in the basement, that's a bit weird, isn't it? When you see the eyes, first set of eyes, I thought that was Freudstein, but then you find out he's not got any, or he doesn't appear to have any in that are visible.
Aye.
And they're definitely not glowing.
He's hitting it sort of their cat's eyes or something, because a shot before that, there's a establishing shot of the house and he zooms into a cat.
Yeah.
It seems like pretty down. That's another thread we don't
Talking
need.
about zooms, the first kind of murder, like the girl and her boyfriend supposedly in the house, right? Like she's looking for him and stuff like that, and then at that point the basement isn't locked up.
Right, aye.
And then all of a sudden, her boyfriend's there, and like he's mutilated, and we get this smack zoom into this pair of scissors in his chest, as if like, oh my god, look what killed him. And I'm like, oh dude, wait a minute, there's hundreds of gore, you know what I mean? Like to totally like kind of, you don't get to see all the kind of goriness of him.
Right, okay.
No, like, you know, I found that very weird how he zooms in on these scissors, which are like almost like the cleanest part of the whole thing. You know, it's just a tiny wee, not even half an inch in, you know what I mean? But the rest of them's all like fucked.
Right.
Just seemed weird. Like usually, you know, Fulci's usually like look at all the gore.
Aye.
You know.
Maybe she's still like, you know, that he was dead. Obviously. But,
right, like, this is no zombie guy. He's actually no, I guess. No. Seemed like just a bit too quick for the zoom.
Right.
In that instance.
Aye, plenty of zooms again.
Definitely.
And you get that classic Fulci 2-shot where focus out of focus. And he'll pull between the two. Loves to do that.
Does indeed.
Obviously, I mean, I believe you're shooting like with anamorphic lenses.
Right.
It does give you a shallower depth of field, but he obviously just loves to set up shots for that purpose.
Definitely.
To counterbalance the two elements. Even does it with. He does it. This is a good one at the start with Bob and Lucy.
Yes.
When she's telling him get your packing done. There's also one he does with Norman and some keys.
yeah. I noticed. I thought there was maybe more, more camera movement in a lot of his shots. There's some nice shots coming from, like Katrina McCall's face, pretty close up on her, right round and up to the top of the kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of. I don't think he did as much of that in the last two films.
Right.
Some kind of nice shots.
Aye.
Within the house, you know what I mean?
Aye, it was an interesting point in the commentary that the crews on these films were like highest quality. Like they would work in like the most premier Italian films as well as these sides of films. So that comes through because there's definitely a quality to the craftsmanship that's not quite there in the narratives. Of these types of movies, but.
I want to mention something else about the basement stuff in a second, but just to get out of the way, did you notice, like, right, so Bob goes down into the basement. First of all, he's pretty scared when the basement door opens.
Right.
He's going to help Anne.
Okay.
To start with. And he's got Yogi with him. And the door, like, creaks open and he's, like, slowly turns round. I'm sorry, but if that was me, I'd turn round straight away. I'd be like, who the fuck's there, right? Anyway, he's, like, shitting himself and then he's like, he kind of pulls himself together. They're quite believable. He's kind of like, oh, come on, you've been stupid. Right. He goes down into the basement and then Anne's head rolls down the stairs and he shits himself, right? Files away up. Lucy comes home and is like, oh, what's wrong, wee man, kind of thing. She's like, Anne's dead, they cut off her head. And she's like, oh, don't say that. And he's like, what? No, she's dead, they've cut off her head. So they both went into the basement, which is fair enough. He's with his mum, he's maybe feeling a bit braver, right? Nobody's there, and Anne. Then she's like, oh, maybe she just went to visit her parents. Right. And left them there. Anyway, later on, in the fucking pitch black at night, he goes down the stairs, right? flicks on the light, and he goes down himself again.
Aye.
Balls of steel or what? I mean, really, this wee boy. I mean, he's meant to be like what, 6 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you notice when he went to help Anne, he gets his torch, he gets Yogi, he gets his torch and a pink pistol.
He does.
And he's playing with dolls, Gary. I think you can where I'm going with this. You know what I mean? Pink pistol's another euphemism for something else, is it not, Gary? You know, I mean, grabbing you. That's not the situation where I'd be grabbing my pink pistol. You know what I'm saying? Or my Yogi. Anyway, but I just thought that was quite brave of him to get back down there. I mean, stupid. Because I mean, the first time he barely gets out. He literally barely gets out. He gets his hand stuck in the door. Freudenstein's there and he grabs for him and he's like, he's out. So he goes down and what happens? The exact same thing, the door slams shut. I mean, balls of steel and thick as fuck.
Aye, it's a brilliant line. He says, he's like, Anne, are you there?
Yeah.
Mum says you're not dead. That's not true, is it?
Brilliant. Oh. So, in an offhand comment before we started podding, I mentioned the bat attack to you.
Yeah.
As a cracker, wasn't it? It
Pretty good.
brought back some memories of the spiders from the Beyond.
Yeah, companion piece.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't seem to be that bored. It just kind of flutters at his head.
Right.
Then Lucy comes downstairs and it's like clamps onto her nut.
Aye, she's like, hey, what are you screaming at?
Go see your big Jessie.
Yeah.
She says, what are you doing?
And then she finds out.
Oh, aye, this shit, aye. Oh, he's like, what am I doing? Here. So, I mean, it really clamps onto her head, doesn't it?
It does.
And then he manages to get it off, but it's on his on even longer. I mean, that looks pretty sore. And he races upstairs and starts stabbing it with a knife. I thought he was going to stab through his horn.
Yeah. Is it stabbing again?
And he's wafting it about, and then wee Bob gets covered in the... Well, no cover, he gets a wee splash of blood. And he looks at himself as if what's going on. I thought that was where they were going to explain the blood came from the bat.
Oh, right.
From the floor. I thought it was the next day, and I don't know, it was the day and a bit after or something. I guess that could have been blood. You know,
was it?
I mean, there was a lot of blood from the bat and stuff.
I thought the blood was from.
Oh no, the blood. Yeah, that's what it was from.
Okay.
But I guess that could explain why they don't mention it. You know,
could be.
Yes, you might have still said like, "There's no more blood than that," and how come it's all draped through the house? But then there was a load of blood at the tombstone at one point as well, and there was none the rest of the film. So at this point, it's all conjecture, Gary. Let me see if anything else I was going to say. The music at the beginning during the credits.
Yeah,
I quite like that.
Yeah, another great score.
Yeah, that was really good. I liked that. That was very kind of. It reminded me of some of like Argento's kind of scores a wee bit. Did you notice in the Blu-ray? Like, did you watch the film without the commentary?
Yep.
Yeah, like there was quite in my speakers there was a bit of hiss.
Oh,
the
right.
audio wasn't the best quality. I didn't find. There was a bit of kind of crackle in the top end, you know, a bit.
Didn't notice it really.
It seemed to be through like the whole thing. I don't know if it was just because I listened to it in the 5. It was a 2.0 on a 5.1 system, but just something thingy. See, what was the estate agent's name? Mrs. Giddleston or Gilston?
I think Gittleston.
I
believe it is.
See when she's coming away for the house after she dropped them off?
In the car, she runs over the
grave.
grave.
Runs over the and she's like, damn tombstone. Yeah. Oh, a minute. So this is another one of Fulci's films that was on the Video Nasties list.
It was, yes.
Do you have any details of that, Gary?
I do.
At all? Because if you don't, it's going to be a big disappointment to me, to all the listeners, to my mum.
Right.
You know,
yeah.
she listens to
she
the
like it,
Oh, I loves the podcast. No.
Okay, so 1982 passed with an X certificate and for a theatrical release.
Passed uncut?
No, 1 minute 26 of cuts.
Right.
And then that version was released on VHS by Video Media in January 1983, placed in the Video Nasty list on November 1983. Then
so the cut version was put on?
It was a cut version.
It was put on the Nasties? Right.
Then 1988, Elephant Video released a version with 4 minutes 45 seconds of cuts. So we're getting worse.
I know, like... and I mean, out of like the Fulci films I've seen, this is kind of the latest, I would have said.
Yeah.
I mean, for the gore factor anyway.
Yeah, I think it was just like the stabbings and the bat scene. I think was cut.
Right.
I mean, obviously, I have to cut it more because they couldn't. At
Yes,
that point,
I understand.
release
You can't release the nasty.
the bits that were cut, the censored sections. Then 1993 Vipco VHS 7 minutes 27 seconds of
Holy
cuts.
shit!
They're getting worse again. But according to On Melon Farms, it says that maybe was because it was so much the 4 minutes 45. They were cutting extra stuff to kind of smooth out the plot, maybe to make it flow a bit better. Then 2001 on DVD by Protected/Vipco, down to 33 seconds of cuts, and then finally 2009 Arrow come through with the uncut DVD.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at it today, it's completely tame.
Yeah,
It's a nasty.
I don't really. This is definitely one of the ones where they've barely watched. I think.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's been like it's been banned for the little boy's voice.
Right.
And that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we normally say that. The fact that most of these films are completely dated pretty bad in terms of the
but I mean,
extremity.
Mm-hmm. I mean, again, we always say, but we are looking at it out of context and time. But even I don't know, it's tame. I think even by those standards, it's it feels less exploitation than a lot of the films we've watched. You know what I mean? But not the only mistake that was made.
So, final thoughts.
Well, as I say, I'm looking for in this trilogy. I know we haven't covered City of the Living Dead, but we both know we've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've definitely got a deeper appreciation for Fulci. And I think, hopefully, I mean, we know that Arrow are doing the Zombie Flesh Eaters Blu-ray. So hopefully, I mean, maybe I don't know if we'll cover that or not, but at least for watching it, I think it will give me a deeper appreciation of that.
Mm-hmm.
See, I kind of went into it coming off of like Dawn of the Dead and things like that. It's meant to be like a sequel.
Right.
It was marketed as a sequel to that. So I didn't quite get what I was expecting from that road of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think coming into it now from these films, I think I'll get more of a kind of the style of Fulci and where he's coming from.
Right.
But, you know, what kind of his techniques and things are.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I feel that this felt more like a kind of conventional horror film.
Aye.
Compared, even though the narratives, but then most of the narratives in this kind of thing are loose anyway.
Mm.
But I mean, there's gaping plot holes. But I think this is more of a kind of conventional haunted house horror film.
Yeah.
Than the last two.
That's true. Think of the trilogy. The Beyond's definitely the best.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
That's still got a kind of a loose plot, but it hangs together. This kind of surrealism of it.
There's something, I don't know. It's just it carries you on.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster. It just once it starts going, and I think the performances are really strong in the Beyond as well. Not to say that they're not in this, but I didn't care for the guy that played Norman that much.
Right.
I didn't find his performance that good.
Okay, is it Paolo Malco?
Right, I don't know.
I thought he was quite good.
Really, I compared to like the leading guy in the Beyond, I didn't think he was as good.
Warbeck.
Yeah.
Aye.
So I didn't think I think Christian McCall was kind of pretty good. But
yeah, so City and this are the more conventional narratives, and they suffer for that.
Yeah, because he's not maybe got the same grasp.
Fulci's narrative problems kind of are more obvious. But I think I prefer. I don't know what I prefer between this and City, but it's kind of a toss up.
I think I probably prefer City.
Right.
It wouldn't have taken much for this to tip it, because if they did more of the Freudian like monster,
aye,
and I think that would have tipped it, because that was very interesting. Those parts were the kind of most visually and kind of conceptually interesting to me.
I think that maybe this is better. I think this maybe has a bit more rounded characters, even though the characterization is still pretty weak. Because the fact that it takes its time building up, characters are slightly more developed than they are in City of the Living Dead. But
I guess so. I mean, I'm thinking of the scene of the drill through the head in City of the Living Dead. Like, you know how that's like not even part of the. Remember we spoke about it, it's not even part of the the apocalypse that's happening.
Right,
it's just a mad dad. It's like, stay away from my daughter, and he draws the guy, holding the guy's head. It's like, yeah, so like, I get what you're saying.
So I mean, I've still only seen 4 of Fulci's films, so it's slightly difficult to put it into the grander, make grander statements about his skills as a director. But I think this is another one, probably up there with his better works. Definitely an interesting director. He's got a strong visual style, which is quite unusual for this style of film within the Italian horror cycle. Recommend checking out.
Definitely, I'd recommend watching the trilogy though.
Yeah.
Rather than, well, if you can check out one of them, I'd check out the Beyond. Because I think that works, like, they all work in their own right. But I think it's definitely quite rewarding seeing the kind of, a progression through the three. Yeah.
Yeah, Fulci probably had more ambitions as a director, but maybe reality of his the skills he actually had kind of conflicted and weighed him down a bit.
I think as well, I mean, he didn't write many of his stories, did he?
I don't think so.
So like, maybe it was a combination of that and either not being that bothered about story or not working with the right script,
I think
script writers.
I read something that there's points where Katrina McCall and one of the other actors were saying to him, like, this doesn't make sense. Why would we say this? It was like, it's in the script, just say it. Yeah. So it's a shame. It'd be interesting to see what if someone gave him like a cracking script.
Yeah, and could get him to. Well, I guess if he was kind of stick to the script, something that like was. Yeah, I get what you're saying. But, it would have been interesting to see him now. Had he like released these films, kind of, or like versions of them now, and coming through and like doing a kind of like like Guillermo del Toro kind of crossed over,
right?
Into kind of mainstream. It'd be interesting to see him come over and, as you say, get like a good script and like a nice budget, and see what he could have done. I think it'd have been quite it could have been something like maybe not in the same level, but like I kind of let the right one in type thing. Right. You know what I mean? It might have been something kind of interesting and quite striking visually. I'm just looking at some of his back catalogue here.
Okay.
Obviously, like, it was in like sex comedies and things like that. He did like back in the day as well. It's kind of he's went through like loads of different genre.
Yeah.
Last film was in '87.
Okay.
Did you ever see the New York Ripper?
No.
It's not. I've heard bad things about it.
Yeah.
That it's not meant to be that great. But
that's the one where he's most accused of misogyny.
Right.
The women get their nipples cut off and shit like that.
So pretty good. So good.
Yeah. The booklet for this film, I think Callum Model was saying this was his last kind of great one. After this, the kind of the Italian horror cycle had kind of fizzled out.
Right.
After this, Argento kind of made his best work, and Fulci never made another good horror.
I haven't seen Zombie 3 or Zombie Flesh Eaters 2. Have you ever seen that? It was started by Fulci but finished by someone else because he was ill. It's one that like I would I was interested to see, but I haven't ever. It is out on DVD, I believe, but I've never got around to seeing it. Again, it's not meant to be that great, but guess that could just come from. I mean, you don't know. It's script writers. You don't know. They say. I think that's definitely kind of held him back a bit. But again, maybe he wasn't caring.
It seems that way.
On a whole, I definitely. I mean, I've seen the same amount of films as you. I guess I've only seen the 4 films. I definitely recommend checking out Zombie Flesh Eaters because, as I say, even not having a grasp on Fulci's style, I still enjoyed that film.
Yeah.
As a kind of Romero spin-off, if you will. So going back to after seeing these, I think will be quite rewarding, as I say, even though this came after. Right, that is in. Okay, now we're going to get into random shit. The segment of the podcast where we look at news items, Blu-ray releases, DVD releases, and any pickups me and Gary have had over the last couple of weeks.
Okay, so this week, today in fact, we're recording this on Monday the 16th. The Masters of Cinema announced their lineup for the rest of the year.
Right.
Everything they're bringing out. And some interesting stuff in there. I'm excited for Passion of Joan of Arc on
Sure.
Blu-ray.
You mentioned that before.
Aye.
Is that out in Criterion?
On DVD, yeah.
Right. They're not bringing it out. I thought they were bringing that out soon. Am I wrong?
I don't think Criterion have give any hints
Right.
that it's coming to Blu-ray anytime soon. It's interesting. I believe it's been known that Master Cinema had the UK rights for a while.
Right.
But then it came out a wee while ago that it's getting a full restoration. But it looks like the Master Cinema version that's coming out isn't going to be the same.
Right.
I don't know if the restoration is complete yet. Master Cinema just said it had an exclusive restoration.
Okay.
So maybe I don't know if it's going to be the same or it's just like they've done their own kind of thing with it. But it looks like a good set. It's Steelbook.
Oh, really? Right.
Aye.
Yeah, because they do all their steelbooks, don't they? You know, they usually try and release
I think
them
I'm only doing one this time for those 6. Also, Fritz Lang, Die Nibelungen from 1924.
Right.
It's a silent 5-hour epic.
Right.
I'd never seen it before.
Right.
But it sounds quite cool.
What's it about?
It's the same thing that Wagner's Ring Cycle was based on, but
right.
The opera, but I don't know what that is.
Right.
But it looks cool. I mean, I'm quite interested in silent film and Blu-ray. I like to kind of pick them up.
Sure.
Just I think if we go to another higher resolution format, they might not even see that.
Yeah.
Because they do show. I mean, a lot of them have like compromised film elements by this point in time. So maybe the best they'll ever be.
Yeah, I get you.
So kind of like to pick them up. The only one I think is the Sam Fuller film Park Row, which is coming to DVD only.
Right.
But that's quite interesting. I don't think that's ever had an official DVD release. Haven't seen the film. But, there you go.
Oh, that's all she wrote.
Also, Eraserhead. Some news on this film.
Right.
If you follow Criterion, you may know they have their own channel within Hulu.
Okay.
The US streaming site.
Right.
And they'll put films up there, and a lot of the time the stuff they put up is stuff they aren't actually released on a physical format.
Right.
So it's a quite good way to know what they have the rights to. And the past couple of weeks they put Eraserhead up.
Right. Which is quite significant given that they've just released in the UK Eraserhead, but was it not? Was that not one of the ones with the rubbish transfer? Or did it have?
I think Eraserhead was okay.
Did it right?
Yeah.
But didn't have any many special features on it, did it?
No.
So.
Yeah, so that's exciting. That I'm going to hold off now for this rather than getting the UK one. It's going to get a strong release.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
From Criterion. And the last couple of weeks, well, from July 10th. It's been the Criterion Barnes & Noble sale has been going on. I was just wondering, you're going to pick in?
Oh, I still don't have a multi-region Blu-ray player.
That's right. Get a DVD.
Yeah, I guess. I've always wanted to grab the Vampire DVD, so I'll maybe check it out just off of BarnesandNoble.com.
Yeah.
I need to check it out, see what they've got available.
Right.
And I did say if there was some good deals on the Blu-rays, I would pick them up anyway, just in case. But I'll have a look at it.
Aye.
I didn't realise it was on already. No, definitely. What about yourself? You get anything?
I've bought 8 titles already.
Right, well, you can keep them for you.
Yeah,
you know what you give away, are you?
But I might. It's on to the end of July, so I might pick up another couple.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely the time to buy.
Good prices, like what kind of?
Well, the great thing about the Barnes & Noble sale is it's every title.
Sure.
50% off.
Oh, just clean 50%.
Yeah.
Right. How much are they usually?
£25 for a Blu-ray.
Right, so you're getting £12. That's all right. What's the postage like?
Do
you get
it's a couple of pounds plus £1 for everything you buy. It's not too bad.
Sorry, isn't it? That's not too bad. Pretty cool. Okay. I've only got a couple of things. The first being that Universal have announced that they're releasing the Universal Classic Monsters collection on Blu-ray. I was pretty excited when I saw this, Gary.
Yeah.
In the early days of the announcement, I've only checked it back recently, but the reports were that the American version was going to have it's an alternative version of Dracula in it.
The Spanish version.
Yeah. and the UK one wasn't going to have it, but I'm looking now and it looks like it's going to have.
Yes, I think it's been confirmed.
Right.
That it's going to.
But like, have you noticed like the complete price discrepancy?
I know, what's that about?
It's like originally, like, I mean, they were saying, oh, that's a bit ridiculous for one extra film for the Spanish version of Dracula, but I mean, it's $111,
right,
99 cents, which is about 70 quid.
Yeah,
70, 80 quid, and UK is £36. I mean, the box is different and things like that. I quite like the box of the US version. It's quite nice, but it's not worth twice the price. You know what I mean?
I don't know, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, definitely one I'm interested in. As I say, I've just noticed as well that they've got the Creatures from the Black Lagoon in 3D.
3D, yeah.
Keep coming out with these 3D ones that I'm interested to see, Gary. But no, I was really excited about that when I saw that coming out, but I just wasn't sure what one to go for.
Right,
and I was kind of holding off to have a word with you.
Yeah.
But I mean, some good titles. We've got Dracula, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, The Wolfman, The Mummy, The Invisible Man, Phantom of the Opera, and Creature from the Black Lagoon in 3D.
Yeah, so I think it was known that it was coming for a while.
Sorry, just the artwork on Blu-ray.com, it's saying to be confirmed.
Right.
So I don't know if they might change the artwork that's on for the UK version anyway. Because I do like the US versions a bit. I quite like it.
Aye, it's maybe slightly better, but
yeah, I mean, again, it's not worth the extra.
Yeah.
But and a good set nonetheless. I mean, I don't know, are these getting restorations, do you know? Or
I think they have, yeah.
Yeah.
I've only seen the 3, like Dracula and the 2 Frankensteins.
Right.
But I'm excited to
the Wolfman's
check
one I've always wanted to see. Like that's the one with Lon Chaney Jr. in it.
Right, aye.
Yeah. Kinda, that's one I always wanted to check out. And Boris Karloff as a mummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Aye.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I pre-ordered the cheapest one you can get the UK. The cheapest place to get the UK is Sainsbury's, I believe.
Whoa.
I pre-ordered $33.99, including shipping, free shipping.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy price for like 8 films. Is it
9 films, including the Spanish version of
that's brilliant.
Dracula? Aye.
So I when I saw the price of the US, I was like, all right, I'll wait and see. But then when I saw it for that price, I thought, I'm just gonna pre-order it.
Quite right, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, as I said, I didn't really know what the deal was. My only worry was that it was going to be like a kind of Universal Hitchcock UK box set, the DVD ones. It's going to be a bit of a switch and bait, and that's why it was going to be so cheap. We're going to get like fucked over again. But I mean, it looks like the exact same content.
Does
I don't know if there's any difference in it at all. So yeah, I'm literally going to Sainsbury's just now. The final piece of news that I think we've got this week, it's more of just a kind of discussion point for us, I guess, was the announcement of the BBFC are putting together focus groups to watch sexually violent films. Apparently they're trying to gauge attitudes to depiction of sadism and violence after films such as Human Centipede 2 and The Bunny Game. I'll let you read that. What do you think of this, guy?
Yeah, I mean, my general reaction was I like the fact that the BBFC is it's not a static body. It'll continually go to the public for kind of updates on how it should enforce its policies.
Sure.
But I genuinely just thought it's probably unlikely to ultimately make any effect on their actual enforcement, because I mean the problem with going to the public is you get a kind of watered down mass kind of consensus view.
Definitely. I mean, like, just in my head, the questions they're going to be asking, like, these people, and I mean, literally, the article says it's like to like determine whether these films are harmful. Right. I mean, to me, like, the kind of questions they're going to be asking them is like, would you show your child this? Right. Would you be happy if your child watched this? No. Yeah. Like, but then they shouldn't really be watching it. Should you know what I mean? I feel like it's just going to be so.
Yeah, I think it's a kind of nonsense that the BBFC still uses the idea of harm as a way to gauge films. I mean, the idea that an image can harm you is it's almost like a superstitious idea.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it goes. It's just. It's ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I mean? I mean, there's again further in the article that mentions about the most complained film this year so far was Daniel Radcliffe's The Woman in Black.
Right, aye.
I mean, really, I saw that film, like, it got 120 objections, right? Now, and it's like apparently the most complained about film of the last decade, the last 10 years, was The Dark Knight.
Aye.
And about the sadism of Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, I think what that tells you is the problem is studios forcing 12As for monetary gain.
But I mean,
none.
The most complaints they're getting about a film, it's about a comic book film, right? And it's like, oh my god, but the most complaints they've had is 300 people.
Right.
Like, and this, like, you know, so it just leads to think, well, nobody's that bothered going to just pack it in. You know what I mean? It's only 300 folk.
Right.
You know, that's, you know what I mean, of like the population that has seen it.
Yeah.
I mean, that made some pretty big bucks over here as well, you know, as in the States. So it's kind of 300 folk that are wanting to be watching Teletubbies. That's what it is. It's, you know what I mean? That's what it is. It's like,
yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a bit of a joke that they're doing it at all.
Right.
I don't think it's going to change their policy. And I mean, they've got them. Talk about them watching Antichrist.
Yeah.
A film which has been released uncut in this country. And as I said to you, does that imply that if people do find it harmful, that they're going to then cut it? They're going to, like, you know, it's going to be like a video nasty thing again. Right. You know what I mean? It's like we're going to, like, take this off the shelves and cut it. It just.
Well, I mean, you never know. They might come out with findings that say the BBFC is too harsh at the moment. Unlikely, but
I mean, whatever puts food on their family's tables that gets them paid, whatever, you know what I mean? If that's what keeps them in business, fair enough. I mean, they've got to be doing something, haven't they?
Yeah.
And as many people have pointed out, with the invention of the broadband internet connection and the multi-region Blu-ray DVD player, kind of pointless, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the notion as well. Did you listen to the BBFC podcast at all? No. That was the latest episode. They were talking about comparing the rape scene in Irreversible to the rape scene in the remake of I Spit in Your Grave.
Right, okay.
And they were saying how...
You seen the remake?
Yes.
Is it good? Any good?
No,
I've not seen the remake at all.
Right. The original still packs a bigger punch, I would say. Right. And they were saying how Irreversible was acceptable to be passed uncut, but the problem with the one I Spit in Your Grave was there were scenes where the rapist had the video camera filming it, and some of the shots were POVs of what they were watching, so they didn't like the fact that it was possibly presenting rape as
I get it.
You get it. Sexually, saying like watching rape for sexual pleasure.
Sure.
And my only problem with that is it's kind of they're kind of saying this is art and this is not. It's making that an objective decision about something that's completely subjective. Like what constitutes art. It's like it's people's taste.
Yeah.
Even if I think most people who would watch I Spit in Your Grave and say, I mean, we would probably say, yeah, that's maybe objectifying rape, but we find that slightly distasteful or whatever. We don't agree with that, but it's kind of taking that decision away from us. It's kind of saying if you watch this, you're gonna see rape in a different way, which is.
But right, I get what they're saying about, you know, people getting sexual gratification and, you know, from a rape scene, but like my argument is that like people who get that kind of gratification from a rape scene are going to get it from any rape scene, or, you know, or they're just as much going to get it from Irreversible as they would this. And I get, okay, it's like the POV thing, but I can see the point. But again, someone that's going to go out and rape someone's going to go out and rape someone.
Yeah.
To me, I mean, I don't know how your thinking is, but like, if someone's getting off getting off on that at home and not going out and raping someone, I'm happy enough at that. That's up to, I'm not, if you know what I mean. And I'm not saying that's definitely, you know, I'm not saying there's no link between like people who would actually do it, but I don't think it's going to inspire someone to do it.
Yeah. The other point was saying that Noe is portraying rape in a neutral way by just having the static camera.
Right.
And
Okay.
the directors of A Spite in a Grave weren't. But that's, I will say, you can say that just because they present rape in a certain way, that they're advocating that rape is acceptable, which is, of course, they're not.
I mean, I would argue that I get what they're saying about the static camera and reversal, but I don't believe that he's presenting it neutrally.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean, with the whole build up or aftermath of that. I know you're saying. I understand, but to me that's like chillingly disturbing. You know what I mean? That is really like kind of, oh my, like this is like the most horrendous thing that could happen, I think. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, I haven't seen the remake of I Spit in Your Grave, but I can only imagine that seeing like the kind of POV almost takes you out of it. It makes it less real. Yeah. And more of a kind of, we're watching a film because we're seeing someone else's like camera. Yeah. You know what I mean? That change, that mere changing thing. Am I making any sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I feel it's very much a kind of, they are kind of again choosing for us. Yeah.
And the whole thing about they've already seen it, so if it's harming, if it's not harming them, how can it harm us?
Yeah, I mean, and I kind of take I take on board the argument of someone who is going to get pleasure from this, but I still feel that it's not going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back for them. You know what I mean? It's not going to be the thing that tips them over. You know what I mean? It's I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where to take the conversation because it's What do you think there's any validity in kind of the kind of? I mean, I know. This doesn't matter whether it's script, but we've spoke about that guy talking about the bunny game. Yeah. Do you think there's any validity in that about the guy who's sitting thinking about doing it?
No.
No. So, like, what argument would you present to that? I'm trying to verbalise what.
Well, what I would say to people who say that a film can influence someone to commit a murder would be, if it's solely the film, then everyone who watched the film would go out and commit a murder. Yeah. It's not the film. It's not the film. Even if it is the film to some extent, it's not the film itself.
Well, I mean, I always used to quote, and I feel it's not necessarily apt. Well, the basic argument is apt. I mean, I think it was in Scream or Scream 2. Like the character of Randy, like, who's the kind of horror buff. Like, I mean, it's a throwaway line effectively, but he says like horror films don't make killers. In fact, no, it's not. I think it's Stu. It's one of the killers in the first one. So it is, and he says horror films don't make people killers. It just makes them creative. Right. And I always kind of stood by that because it's like that basically says it. It's like if you've got it in you to do that, to commit such a heinous crime, then a film is only going to make it give you more of an interesting idea to do it. It's not going to make or break whether you do it or not.
Aye, that capability is already there.
Yeah. Like you have to have that like bloodline of right and wrong there to even think this is something that this is something that I want to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just don't see someone sitting at home and a film like thinking, I've never thought about it before, but I'd quite like to do that. I just can't imagine that.
I mean, and for people like that who possibly would, banning like the bunny game, for example, gives them more opportunity because it gives it more press. The bunny game is an extreme movie. I need to check that out now. Yeah. Whereas if it was passed, they maybe wouldn't have heard about it.
I don't know. As I say, the logic is just so flawed to me. Anyway, I just think we have to, and again, these films are available in other countries uncut.
Yeah.
So if they're not having a problem with it enough to ban them,
their societies aren't crumbling at the core.
I think it kind of maybe comes back to the whole kind of, I guess it's not really, but like prudish nature of British society. You know, this kind of like, we shan't talk about sex. Right. You know what I mean? Or like, and it's very kind of brush it under the carpet. Yeah. Kind of thing. So maybe it comes from that. What? So I think that's all the news. Sorry, I opened up a can of worms there for the conversation. Shall we move on to pickups, Gary?
Okay.
Let's bring it back to some happy times.
Yes,
go for it.
This week, I have 6.
6, even Willem.
6 Blu-rays. No,
just gonna read
sorry.
them off the list?
Aye.
On it.
I didn't bother bringing them across.
Wait, for the shelves?
On the shelf, aye.
On it.
So, first
I
thing...
brought mine all the way from my house,
Did
but
you?
you didn't bring them off the shelf.
I can bring them off the shelf.
That'd be great.
Aye.
I like to hold them sometimes.
Right.
Oh, I see something.
First thing I got is Inception and Blu-ray. It was going for £6. A number of outlets.
Yes.
So upgrading my rental, Blockbuster rental copy.
What do you think of the cover?
I like it. Aye.
I don't know. I didn't feel it was worth. I almost bought that the other day, and like I didn't feel it was upgrading. It's it's fairly nice, like photo though. But,
yep.
But it's
Happy
nice.
with that. I sold on my rental copy straight away. Yeah.
Straight away, like here, just flung it out in the street. There, Wayne's a scramble
sold
in the
right
street.
Away, which I was pretty happy about.
Where did you sell it?
Amazon for £2.
Oh really? That's
Aye.
pretty good.
Aye.
Did you tell them it was a rental copy?
I did.
Sorry, £2. That's sorry.
Yeah. So I basically got that. I
better than
think
your
I made
pocket.
$1.89 profit after the postage and all that. So
Can't beat that. Yeah. Probably the best Blu-ray you'll ever buy for £4. You know what I mean? Like
Probably
quality
is,
wise of film. I mean, no ever, but
don't think I bought a Blu-ray for £4 before.
whoa, man, that's deep.
Definitely
It's like we're fucking stoned. And we're like, man, I've never bought a Blu-ray. Well, have you ever noticed your lights look like stars? See that one up there? That looks like Hal from 2001. Hello, Dave. I mean, Gary. Come on,
Right,
get on with it.
next, Inland Empire.
Oh, right.
The US 2-disc special edition.
Okay. DVD.
DVD, yes. So, got a load of extras that are on the Blu-rays.
As you
Have the Blu-ray.
continuing your lunch
Yeah.
extras.
So, we're covering this in the next episode, so
Yeah, well, indeed.
want to pick up this, check out the deleted scenes and stuff.
Sure. So, any special features on the Blu-ray at all, or?
There is some good stuff on there. Yeah. Interviews and stuff like that. So.
Cool, that's a nice one. So, this is the US 2-disc.
Aye.
Cool.
Then I got it's 4 Blu-rays from Kino.
All right.
Kino Video. There's
Yeah.
a sale going on just now, another 50% off sale
Right.
on Kino titles at importcds.com.
Right, okay.
So I got Battleship Potemkin,
Okay, yeah, huh?
Strike.
Never heard of it.
It's that 2 Sergei Eisenstein films, Russian montage style from the 20s.
Okay.
And 2 by D.W. Griffith, Way Down East and Birth of a Nation. So they're all silence.
Right.
I love these packages.
Nice packages,
It comes
yeah, I
in
was
like
gonna
really
say.
nice slips.
These is Kino a UK-based company?
No, it's US.
Yes.
Aye.
I'm just trying to find their website.
Have you heard of Birth of a Nation at all? It's known as one of the most controversial films of all
No.
time. Just due to its unabashed racism.
Right, right.
Its portrayal of African Americans. It's about the Civil War era and slavery, and it portrays the Ku Klux Klan as like the heroes.
Right, okay.
But it's at the time, putting the racism one side, it was the first kind of Griffith, one of the first directors to put all the language of cinema up to that point that had been invented. He was the first guy to kind of put it all together.
When was that made, sorry?
1915.
15? Jeez, No, I like the packages. It's nice, and the slips are really nice. I was hoping for some poster action, but
Right, no.
can't do everything, Gary. Can't do everything, can't they? No. Oh, those are nice.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else of note they've got that'd be worth checking out, do you think?
The other ones I want to get, some of the Buster Keaton films, they kind of specialise in silence.
Right, okay.
And they just released this one that looks quite interesting called The Devil's Needle. Which
Okay.
is like really from like the 19, so I think it's 1913 to 1915 or something.
Right.
It's like really kind of early exploitation films about drugs.
Right.
It sounds quite interesting.
Uh-huh.
I get that one.
Yeah, uh-huh. See, they've got Metropolis
Aye.
and that as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely check them out. Is that you for your pickups?
That's me, yeah.
Okay. How are you about rustling? You like rustles?
Keep it to a minimum.
A shite bag, so you're a guy. I've ever met one, you're a shite bag. I've got a bit of a kind of
a big.
Aye, I've quite a wee a haul
Right.
of titles. I went to Glasgow there for a wee weekend and quite a few titles. A few other ones I've picked up on the internet as well. Not of the same calibre as your own, Gary, unfortunately. But some films I like.
Okay.
So shut it. I got a film called Serenity on Blu-ray.
Alright.
Picked that up for...
Joss Whedon?
Yeah.
Right.
I got that for £4.
Alright.
It was one I've got an HD DVD and I was going to pick up the Blu-ray for a while, and it's always been like £8 or so, and I got that, I think it was second hand in Blockbuster.
Right, okay.
It's fairly good nick. So I got that. You ever seen Firefly, the TV show? No, it's pretty good.
Is it?
I'd recommend people check it out. It's pretty good.
I've heard people talking about it, saying it's good.
It's good. The film was pretty decent as well.
Alright.
I got Superbad on Blu-ray. Which is a film I spoke to you. I'd seen it ages ago and hadn't really got it. I don't think I wasn't really in the Michael Cera, Jonah Hill kind of world yet. But watching it again, man, it was really good. And the Blu-ray is really nice. It's really nice.
Right.
Transfer and
shot in video, I believe. Is it high def?
Yeah, I think it was high def.
Yeah.
But it looks amazing. It really does. It looks really good.
Yeah, that's one I'll probably get at some point to get some good.
It's got amazing special features on it. Absolutely, it's like I've not even watched them all yet, but it's got some great like outtakes and stuff like that, and a nice documentary. There's a documentary on it called Everyone Hates Michael Cera, the true story.
Right.
It's pretty funny. When I was in Glasgow, I was in a shop. It's called cex.com or CEX, and it's webuy.com. It's a big secondhand store, loads of games. I was in it on the Saturday, and I got a couple of things, I think, out of here. Or I got one thing, but there was loads of selections, but there was nothing I really wanted.
Right.
And then I was in on the Sunday, and I was just about to leave. I was literally honestly, I was about walking out the door, and it was a weird kind of thing. They'd have like kind of like the standard editions of things, and then they'd have like maybe a steelbook.
Right.
But it would just be sitting with the standard editions, and it would be the exact same price.
Right. Okay.
Of like, that included it for games and everything, right? And I got this Highlander steelbook. Some nice Immortal Edition type thing going on for £9. Again, that's something that's I've seen on like eBay for like £20 easy. I mean, it's in pretty good nick. Like, apparently the UK transfer is better than the States one. It's got some nice special features on it and stuff like that as well. Highlander film that you've seen?
I've seen it. I've seen it a couple of times, but years ago. I
mean, it's kind of cheese, but it's kind of good. I mean, they're talking about rebooting it. They've signed on Ryan Reynolds to play as Conor McLeod, which is no less believable, I guess, than a Frenchman playing a Scottish guy and a Scottish guy playing a Spaniard Egyptian. Right. But some good. I always loved Highlander, so I thought it was pretty nice to pick up.
He's immortal, isn't he?
Right, so it can be on the one. Good soundtrack as well, Queen.
Oh yeah.
Did all the soundtrack, so that was probably my favourite thing I picked up that weekend. It was kind of nice, something I've been looking for a while. I picked up the 2-disc edition director's cut of Watchmen. Okay. Which something I've been holding off getting because I really wanted to get the ultimate cut in Blu-ray, but I mean it's $150, maybe £114. Most places I've seen it, so I kind of figured it's meant to be like a really good picture and stuff like that, and I didn't love the film when I saw it. I really liked the graphic novel, but I wanted to give it another chance. Right. And I thought, I think I got this for like £6 or something, so £6 or £7 off a Zavi. All right. I think it was. So I got it somewhere, Gary. Definitely, it's in my hand. I got Superbad for $3.99. Aye. That was a steal. Anyway, so I got that. That's nice. It looks pretty good as well. I had pre-ordered a while ago. It's this kind of bare bones thing, Mallrats. Oh yeah. On Blu-ray, it was released. It's not been released in the States yet. Right. Which is weird. I was listening to a thing with Kevin Smith recently. They were asking about when was Mallrats going to be released in Blu-ray, and he says it's kind of weird because Universal got stuck in the HD DVD Blu-ray war. Right. They've kind of not got around to releasing all of their stuff. Okay. And he says he basically says they haven't fucking even released Jaws yet. Right. So if they'd released Mallrats before Jaws, I'd be pissed off. And ironically, they've released Mallrats before Jaws in this country anyway. It looks okay. It's not amazing. A bit of edge enhancement on it and stuff like that, but it looks okay. Just thought funny. It kind of pissed me off. There's not even a commentary on it on the Blu-ray. I mean, I've got the kind of 10th anniversary DVD, which has an alternate cut and things like that, and some commentary. They're usually the best bits of the Kevin Smith Blu-rays. So it's alright. Something I've got.
I quite like the cover.
Yeah, that was the kind of thing. Like there's the Blu-ray announcements for other countries, and it's the kind of UK kind of shitty version cover that has a big picture of Shannon Doherty on the front and Jane Silent Bob in the background.
Right.
But that was kind of done by the same guy that did the posters for like the Indiana Jones films.
All right.
Stuff like that. So it's quite nice. It looks like a photo, but it's actually a painting.
Right.
And I can't remember the guy's name, but he did a lot of the kind of 80s film posters. I got, which I don't have with me, but you know about it, I managed to pick up that 3-disc Last House and Left edition, the UK edition, for £3, which was an absolute steal. My mate picked it up as I was leaving the shop, and I hadn't seen it because it was sitting out of stall. They had maybe 8 or 9 copies of it. That's just something I had been going to pick up for a while, but again, it was £10-12. I just hadn't got around to picking it up. £3, you kind of
it's
look at that, you know what I mean?
A beautiful digipack set.
Yeah, definitely. Also in the same shop, I picked up the remake Last House Left for a £5. So that's apparently not that bad. It's meant to be a pretty decent remake. Right. Have you seen it?
I haven't.
No, it's meant to be a fairly decent remake of the original.
Right.
Don't know. I thought it was worth a £5. Check it out. Ken? I got a film called, this is kind of coming into more of a kind of cheesier thing. It's not that cheesy. It's no more cheesy than Mallrats. A film called Easy A.
Right.
Emma Stone film.
I heard that's pretty good.
Yeah. And Emma Stone just smoking hot in general. So that is actually pretty good. I was afraid to say I enjoyed it there in case you slagged me. But it's actually quite clever. It's pretty fairly decent. I got a British film called Kill List.
I've heard that's pretty pretty hardcore.
Yeah, apparently it's meant to be pretty good. I picked this up for £2.99. No, £2.50, sorry.
Really?
Yes, right. It goes for £8 generally, but it's like a dual play.
Okay.
Right, which it's got the big banner over the top.
Right.
Which is a nasty thing to have in the UK. They don't have as big a banner in the States for the stuff. But it was sealed. Right, it was in a shop and it was a kind of weird shop. It wasn't like a regular CD shop. It was where a tower used to be in Glasgow.
Right.
Don't know the name of it. Didn't have many Blu-rays, but they had this, and it was like a 2 for £5. And I got this in a CD. And I think some of the CDs were second hand, but everyone worked or whatever. But this was sealed. And it wasn't until I got out of the shop that my mate said to me, and he took great delight in telling me that it says rental only on it in the bottom. But it's not. It doesn't bother me for some reason. It doesn't bother me at all. I don't know whether it's the fact that it's got it for so cheap, but you get more of the artwork. The actual, I've compared it to the the artwork's actually there. All the special features are on it.
Right. Did you check this guy?
Yeah. It's the exact same as the actual edition, and I mean it's really just it's not like rental viewing only or a big red banner that changes anything. It's just kind of there. So I was kind of alright with it. And it's only been released in the UK anyway, I think.
Okay.
So, and apparently it's got a really nice transfer and stuff like that. But I mean, £2.50. When I saw it, I was like,
yeah, you can't really argue with that.
I took it so quick I didn't even check that rent. But I mean, it was sealed, so there is on Blu-ray.com. There's the double play edition and a single disc edition, and this is the only single disc edition I've ever seen.
Okay.
So the only thing I can think is this is the only release they have.
Right.
So which again made me alright with it. And finally, I picked up. In Arrow, I had like a £5 per DVD sale for the whole of June, I think it was, and I got Slaughter High, which is one I'd been wanting to see for a while. It's an American film, but it was shot in Britain, with a lot of British actors and apparently bad American accents, but apparently it's alright. Worth checking out, some nice special features and stuff like that. So that was only a £5. And thus ends my mega haul, and I shan't be buying any DVDs or Blu-rays for the next year. There you go. That was a big random shit.
That was quite a long one, yeah.
Yeah. Thus endeth the lesson, Gary.
Right.
No?
Another chapter.
Another
podcast.
chapter. Yes. This has entered into our next show. I was going to say next show be the teens, but that was me still thinking that you were saying it. This was episode 12, which it wasn't. So that about wraps us up for this episode of Cinema Subculture.
It does.
What will we be looking at next episode, Gary?
The next episode, we're going to cover David Lynch's Inland Empire.
Got you.
His last film. His last foray into the world of cinema.
Is it confirmed that this is his
his last film so far.
So far,
it looks that way.
Because you had mentioned before that it might be his last film.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's too keen.
Sure.
Doing the films.
Any particular reason why we spoke about between this and Mulholland Drive? And I think I championed this because I hadn't seen it, and I think Mulholland Drive's it's a wee bit more mainstream, I think.
Yes.
But it's a little more known title.
Aye.
Than this, I don't think so.
Right, okay. This is definitely weirder, so I thought this qualifies a little bit more than Mulholland Drive, even though Mulholland Drive's a better film.
Weird,
yeah, because Lynch, you can kind of gauge his films in a spectrum and levels of weirdness. And this is definitely to the left, if left is
weird.
Extreme weird.
Right, got you.
So join us next time on Cinema Subculture. Thanks for listening and
don't be cunts to each other.
It was a nightmare.